Welcome back to La La Land on CRN Digital Talk. That's Nettie Liddell.
Just waking up, and that's Brett Chapin.
We are here today talking to Mr. Colin Mitchell of Bitter Lemons, bitter-lemons.com, and Mr. Michael Seele of the Theater at Boston Court, bostoncourt.com. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks for having us.
My pleasure.
And on the line, we have from the LA Weekly, Mr. Stephen Lee Morris.
Nice.
Thanks for giving us a call, Stephen. Stephen, are you there?
Hello.
Stephen?
Yes.
Are you there? Hi. Thank you
I am here.
Thank you for calling in. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Stephen is actually out of town, and he was kind enough to give us a call regarding our discussion today about the state of LA theater. He is quite an authority on that, so we're happy to have him.
Yes, we're bowing down here.
That's right.
Thank you for having me.
So, guys, there have been a lot of panel discussions recently about the state of LA theater. Is LA a theater town? The state of LA theater in general. And I think some of them have been a little more successful than others. And the two of you, Michael and Colin, have been talking back and forth over Twitter about some of these issues. When we saw that, we said we should have these guys in to talk to each other. And apparently they were outside in the waiting room, and I guess they worked all their issues out, right, guys?
We've worked it all out. Sorry, we have nothing else to talk about.
Oh, but we'd like to hear about that.
So one issue that has been batted around a little bit is the idea of a membership season versus a subscription season. Do any one of the three of you want to chime in about your thoughts about that? Is there a preference between the two for any of the three of you?
Well, I would say that
Michael Seele.
Michael Seele. I'm from the Theater of Boston Court.
He's got the deeper voice.
I got the, yeah. I'll put on my radio voice. You know, it's interesting. I think that you need to define what a membership versus a subscription season is. Most people define a subscription season being you buy a package of shows for a certain season. You are guaranteed that many shows. A membership is, as it's being defined and bantered around right now, is the fact that it is you buy a membership which allows you to buy discounted tickets, but you don't know exactly how many shows are going to happen over the course of a year, because the thought in theory is that you're going to actually put a show up and run it as long as you can run it, as long as you've got audience coming in and selling tickets. Mm-hmm. And I personally, I think that is more of a commercial model as opposed to a nonprofit model, because as a nonprofit in the state of California, because that's where I know the nonprofit world, is that it is about serving the community. You are, as a nonprofit in the state of California, you actually are responsible to the people of California.
You're a resource.
Yes, exactly. And so I think that what you have to do is you are going to, as a nonprofit, you really actually have to do what is basically a subscription model, because you are giving the people sources of entertainment and creating work for your community. So by running something for a long period of time, that is actually defeating that purpose, if you ask me. So,
Stephen, do you have any thoughts about that yourself?
Only from the producers I've heard from, and that's the subscription model is just not working the way it was maybe 5 to 10 years ago, when it used to be the prevailing model of how to establish a season. I think perhaps because of any number of reasons having to do circling around short attention spans and the availability of entertainment, that model just seems to be in decline. From what this is just what I've heard anecdotally from a number of producers, both in the commercial era, in the commercial arena, and in the nonprofit arena.
Yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Michael, and that the nonprofit kind of has inherent in it a sort of it's community based. But I don't think, and I think you're right, that a membership does have more of a commercial bent to it. And as you said, I think there's different variations of a membership model. But I don't think that a commercial model is that bad, and you could still. I've seen that all the really successful and large companies that are for profit usually have an element of of social awareness in their model, in their business model. You see like a Starbucks or something like that, you can see them trying to be a little bit more environmentally conscious and that sort of stuff. So I think you would be doing your business a disservice by not having that element in your model anyway. And one of the membership models that I saw that I kind of liked was it's kind of like a fitness club. Basically, you pay a certain amount, maybe even a monthly amount or something. That's probably too much, but and then you can see as many shows as many times as you like.
Right.
Yeah,
And I've seen those model too. I actually am part of one of those models down at the Chance Theater in Orange County. I subscribe to their what they call their sustaining membership. I can always, speaking for Boston Court, we actually have had our best season last year. Moving into the season, we actually doubled our subscribers. So for us, it's working, but there are other ways to look at it, definitely.
And speaking of, your show is about to close. Heavier Than.
Closes tomorrow.
That's
2 p.m.
right.
matinee.
We have 2 tickets for the next caller to Heavier Than at Boston Court, bostoncourt.com. 2 free theater tickets, guys. Call 1-800-336-2225.
Stephen, thank you so much for calling in.
Stephen's going to stay
pleasure.
with us, right?
Yeah, I
sure,
hope
yeah.
so.
Okay.
And you don't get the ticket, Stephen.
We'll be back to talk a little more LA theater on La La Land with Brett Nett on CRN
CRN Digital Talk.